Hello, and thank you for joining me for day 37 of my 365 days of crafting. Today I am going to show you how to make this cute pillow using an upcycled sweater that I have felted and cut in 2 strips and made into swirls and glued on this pillow. This is a non-sew project, so anyone can do it, and I will show you how to get started. What you will need for this project is some of the strips from the felted sweater that we used in day 36's video, some strips of plain felt. You are going to need a backing and a top for your pillow. I've cut mine 15 by 10. You can cut it to any size that you'd like. Needle and a matching thread and some tacky glue. So the first thing you're going to do is I've taken 8-inch strips of each of the wool felted sweater and the felt, and I'm going to glue those together. Just a tiny bit of glue. You don't really need a whole bunch. And just lay that on top. And then just like in day 36, I'm going to go ahead and roll that up and make a pinwheel. Your fingers are going to get kind of sticky doing this. You're probably going to have a little leftover of the felt, but we can cut that off at the end. So I'm just going to roll that up, and I'm going to cut off the excess. Make sure you use craft scissors so you don't ruin your fabric scissors. I have 2 different kinds of scissors. I have some that I use for crafting and some that I use for my fabric. So you're going to go ahead and make those pinwheels, and you're going to make as many as it takes to cover the front of your pillow. So I'm going to get started and make the pinwheels, and then I'll come back and show you how to attach them. So once you get all your pinwheels made, then you're ready to start laying them on your pillow. So the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to mark 1 inch in all around the pillow, just so I have a mark of where I want to set the pinwheels. So I'm just going to use this chalk, and I'm just going to draw a line around. I'm going to go ahead and do that all the way around the whole pillow. So once I have that done, I'm just going to randomly lay my pinwheels. And I'm going to lay them out until I get the design that I like. So what I've done here is I've glued down all of my red and white pinwheels, and now I'm going back and making just little red pinwheels and filling in the spots. So I'm going to go ahead and fill in all the spots, and then we'll go on to the next step. So now when you get down to places where there's just little tiny spots, I'm just taking little pieces that I folded in half, and I'm just going to attach those into the little slots. And you kind of have to work them in there sometimes. And then just fill all those little slots until you get those done. So since this is a no-sew project, the next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to glue this together, and I'm going to leave this end open to stuff it. I'm going to run glue all along the edge, a pretty heavy amount. Then I'm going to go ahead and set this down evenly on it. Press it down, and then go ahead and let that dry. Then once it's dry, you want to go ahead and stuff this and get it all stuffed. Then once it's stuffed, I'm going to go ahead and just glue the ends shut. Then I like to use these. You can buy these from the stationery store, and they're really good for holding projects together that you're trying to glue that are hard to keep closed. And then go ahead and let that dry. So once you're finished and you've let your pillow completely dry, you're ready to set it on your couch. And you can also do decorative edge. You can do a blanket stitch around, would be cute, with some red embroidery floss. You could cut the edges with pinking shears, and there's a lot of different ways to finish it. So I hope you've enjoyed this project, and if you have any comments or suggestions, please feel free to leave them on my blog at zulieblue.blogspot.com or right here on my YouTube channel. And I will see you tomorrow, and happy crafting!